One of our clients, a VP Digital Workplace Services at Wells Fargo, had to be able to tell if their organization and employees were ready for the digital workplace and what extra skills they needed to make the greatest use of it. So there was a part of their organization that hasn't been going through digital transformation yet, so they had to figure out what they needed for a digital workplace, working from home for their staff, and what extra skills their people needed. So they ran into an issue as access to workplace tools became ubiquitous in their organization, as it does in any organization, and employees they choose to answer work emails and complete tasks 24/7 whenever they're ready to do it. So after hours, during the weekends, they needed to put steps in place. For what? To prevent employee burnout, so people don't feel pressurized to keep working until the late hours into the night to keep up with the flow of emails and work. Put steps in place to prevent employee burnout. So that's one of the things you really need to think about when you put digital workplace services in place in your organization. So your experience may be similar. You could also be dealing with questions like, how does your organization's policy address physical and psychosocial well-being for employees to support increasing use of its technologies, of your organization's technologies? Are they glued to the screen all day? How are you ensuring that they get enough exercise and social activities around their working from home with their digital workplace? And if you have a digital workplace program, does it cover the benefits of using tools as well as how to use them to make sure you know what impact your organization's culture has on the ability of your organization to realize its mission and vision? Do you actually know, and can you relate those to each other? What you need to do today, not tomorrow, you need to do that today. You will need to take care about having an outlined workplace transformation strategy in place. Outlined workplace transformation strategy. With, for example, what I see a lot is organizations that have a virtual workplace that is easy to access and hosts examples of your organization's culture, so people can interact there. We're not talking about the metaverse here. We're talking about the virtual workplace where people can come together and discuss their organization culture and feel part of a team, feel part of an organization. So does your organization have a digital workplace vision involving facilitated flexible working? Is there a vision in place? Now, what we're looking at here is the digital workplace Kanban that we developed. So you can tell a story that you can be proud of. It's for professionals, leaders, people like us who do digital workplace this way. To go on the journey where change might happen, have a look at the presentation I'm doing right now, and also go to the link below. The link below will show you all the details in the Kanban, your prioritized critical criteria for having a digital workplace. There's close to 2,000 in them. You can search through them. You can search, filter, sort in there, and access everything you like. But our presentation focuses on the three most important questions to ask. So we have built AI that prioritizes its criteria and related questions based on in-house developed machine learning. Hundreds and hundreds of thousands, up to millions of criteria, where it pulls out what's relevant for the topic, for the digital workplace topic. Now, what we're looking at here at our screen is the big red balls. They are the 48 most important questions that came out of it to ask when you're dealing with a digital workplace in your organization. So these questions come out, are used in our toolkits and our books as well, where they are prioritized in a maturity scale, so you can easily go through the maturity and assess the maturity of your organization while you're working through the questions and finding the right answers and team members in your organization that take care of these activities. So these are the 48 ones, but we were going to have a look at the top three most important ones, and I will pan over them a little bit so you can have a look at those most important questions. And if you can answer all those questions in your organization, you will definitely have a great digital workplace experience in place. Let's go to the number three in our top three of most important questions to ask. Digital workplace, here we have it. How do you tell if your organization and employees are ready for the digital workplace, and what extra skills will you need to make the greatest use of it? To do that, you need to verify that your design of the digital workplace identifies, assesses, and solves complex business problems for areas of responsibility where analysis of situation or data requires, and your organization needs in-depth evaluation of variable factors. So a question you could ask there is, what is the budget for internal resources to assist with an evaluation? And we can ask that of these people in our organization, the Director of Customer Success Programs and the VP Data Analytics Infrastructure. Those roles are actual real job roles in organizations that deal with digital workplaces and the accountability and responsibility related to those job roles that need to be in place. So these are often used as well, these job roles, to roll out a digital workplace initiative in an organization. What job roles do I need to have in place? What accountabilities? What responsibilities? And do I have them already? Where's my gap of people in my organization? What job titles do I not have to take care of this, or do I have something similar that can take care of that? So we also see here, open it up. We also see here is, so this is the original most important question. This is related to a grant keyword data. What we have done here as well is every criteria has a keyword attached to it, which highlights its importance of the whole critical criteria. So these big blue balls, they're the critical criteria in your organization, the things that you need to have in place to make sure that you do what you need to do. You also see the little green here one, the little green ball, that's a prioritization. It's a must-have. We've prioritized them from must-haves to should-haves to could-haves. 5 different steps in prioritization in your organization of those activities. When I'm talking to my Director of Customer Success Programs, I might also be asking other questions. You see, this is really helpful, and that's all in your Kanban, the link below. Really helpful to figure out, do we do all this? Does it foster climate changing activities? How long could your intranet project take? Will you have to hire people with security expertise? Are you able to ensure information availability, completeness, and trustworthiness? Are all the demands, outputs, and services being delivered on time within budget, etc.? So great questions to ask while you're doing that, and make sure that you fill those in. Oh, and obviously, when I click on those, you see exactly the answer that you're looking for when you're dealing with a question like that right away as well. So that was question number 3 of the top 3 of digital workplace most important questions. Let's go to number 2. Number 2. Do all global employees have access to the systems and information they need? How do you know? How do you ensure that's the case? Lead strategic and operational planning for your organization's data management practices, focusing on meeting business needs and requirements through data functions. How do you edit and sync information for the digital workplace? It's a must-have. So this is a management issue to ensure that the people that need information have access to the information on a global scale, wherever your employees are. When you are dealing with the digital workplace, you're also assuming that your people can work from anywhere. So they might decide to go on an extended holiday or go and live on an island and work from there. It shouldn't matter, that's the whole thing, but your digital workplace needs to be able to cater for that from a security perspective as well. If you look in the link below and you go to the Kanban that's there, where all these details are in there, you will see that there's a lot of details around security and how to ensure that security and accessibility are in place in your organization when you build out your digital workplace. Now, the top 3, from the top 3, let's go to that first one. The first one, the most important one, is how do you mitigate the inherent risks that come with change of this scale and work to ensure the success of your business transformation? That's actually what it is. It is a business transformation, having a digital workplace, rolling a project out like that. It's a change of mindset. It's organizational change. It's not just processes, procedures, and technology. It's a change of mindset, and it's organizational change that you need to put in place. And how do you mitigate that? So there's a lot you need to think of ahead when you're doing that. You need to think about, ensure you collaborate across functions and build relationships with other internal and external customer success and marketing teams to deliver moments that matter at each stage of the internal customer lifecycle and measurable business impact via internal customer adoption and loyalty. So we're looking here at employee experiences. That's what we're looking for, to ensure that the employee experiences are completely positive while they're working from home, while they're working through the digital workplace and all the tools that they need to have. So this is about the tools. Do they have the tools and the data in place? This is about the experience, mitigate the risk that comes with it. And this is about the people skills. The people are ready to actually use it, and how you measure and monitor that and get the most use of it from a digital workplace perspective. So if I open up all three balls, let's go. Let's have a look. We have a blueprint happening here. Here we go. We've got that one open and we need that one open. So all three are open. So the top three questions to ask when dealing with a digital workplace. Three, 1, 2, and 3. The activities that need to go with it, that you need to put in place. This one, lead strategic and operational planning for data management. Identify, assess, and solve complex business problems specific related to responsibility. And ensure you collaborate across functions and build relationships with other success and marketing teams to get moments in place that deliver that internal customer adoption and loyalty. Have that in place. Which metrics matter most when measuring success? What is the budget for internal resources to assist with an evaluation? And this one, how do you edit and synchronize information while you're doing that? These are the top three questions that you definitely need to be asking yourself when you're dealing with a digital workplace strategy. Now, as I started out with the top 48 most important questions, you can do the same with those. So we've got the top three here. We can do all the questions, all the 48 questions again. So like where we started out with. Let's have a look. And now I can just go and open all of them up. I'll just do some of them. You can have a look what's happening on your screen and see what's popping up. What do I need to take care of? What questions I need to be answering in my organization? And I can keep doing that. I can go like, okay, this is related to that, and that's related, how things are related, what kind of job roles need to be in place, which new digital partnerships or acquisitions do you need to make is a question that we're asking here. It's related to project as a main keyword. We also see here is a little blue ball spring up here, for instance, identity and access management. I spoke of security that needs to be in place and thoroughly in place when we're dealing with digital workplaces. Here you go. What we've done here is, and you'll see that in the Kanban link below, we have organized them as well in related areas to a digital workplace. So when you're dealing with a digital workplace, these are the areas that you need to be looking at as well. So identity and access management. Make sure that you're doing this. It's related to this one here. Coordinate with other technology teams to minimize risk, ensure resiliency, and secure the digital workplace. And then when we want to do that, and we click on that, we go deeper into this. So you can go deeper, like into a rabbit hole. You can go deeper into it. You'll find it's related to technology. And a question you'd be asking here is, what are the most important factors that would influence your organization's decision to invest in digital workplace solutions? Well, to me, that will be definitely usability, accountability, and security in my organization. Identity and access management here. So it gives you an idea of all those 48 questions and what it relates to, what it leads to. Now, what's behind all this? What's behind all this is the whole digital workplace Kanban. And let me pull that up for you. And that's going to take a few seconds because it's a massive one that's going to show you all the activities, all the questions that you need to have in place to have a positive digital workplace experience and the things that you need to be thinking of. So what we see happening here is it's being pulled up, the knowledge graph. So what we're looking at here is a knowledge graph based on the data and the criteria in the Kanban, in the link below that you can play around with. We pull this all into this knowledge graph software database. Neo4j it's called if you're interested. Pretty straightforward, easy, and it shows you the linkages right away between everything on our screen. So what we look at here, again, the big blue balls. The big blue balls, those are the critical capabilities, the activities that we need to put in place to have a digital workplace experience in our organization, and a digital workplace project that is successful. So just for as an example, I'm pulling one up here. Define IT infrastructure strategy and standards to ensure 24/7 operations that exceed service level agreements. Make sure you have that in place. Be sure your process is involved in agile development practices, Scrum, Kanban, etc., etc. Understand the different business requirements. What we also see here are the pink balls, and the pink balls are the questions related to the critical capabilities. So if I zoom out, you'll probably see how it's all organized. There we go. So this is what we call a hairball of the whole, every activity. There's close to 2,000 that you need to be doing to get a successful project underway, in place, and make it happen. So the big blue balls are the critical capabilities, the activities that we need to be doing. Then we have the questions related to those. Those are here the pink balls that are around that. They're related to them. We have the job roles as well that we need to have in place. Those are the orange balls, all the job roles that have accountability towards digital workplace solution that we need to have in place. And we have the prioritization here in place. So this is my massive blueprint, prioritized to get a digital workplace initiative going in my organization and make it a success. So what organizations use this for is to make sure that they're not missing anything, that they haven't forgotten anything, like accountability is in place for everything that we need to take care of, that we measure everything that we need to measure, and we do that for each and every activity that's related to the 48 most important questions that we should be asking ourselves, but we're limiting it today to make it a bit easier on ourselves to the top 4 of most important questions that we need to be asking for digital workplace solutions. Do all global employees have access to the systems and information they need? How do you tell if your organization and employees are ready for the digital workplace, and what extra skills will you need to make the greatest use of it? How do you mitigate the inherent risks that come with change of this scale and work to ensure the success of your business transformation, which it is? And this is how you do it. The big rules and alternative questions you can ask of people that are in charge of these areas. And there we go. And this one, people that are in charge of these areas, alternative questions you can ask them as well while you're dealing with these issues. I have a blueprint of our, let's close this one, otherwise we'll get overwhelmed with data on our screen. This is our blueprint right away for what we need to be doing to get a digital workplace in place. So you see, you have the big massive one, the whole Kanban, link below again, over 2,000 critical capabilities, the questions, the job roles, everything that you need to get started right away. If you know how Kanban works, pretty straightforward. You assign a task in a swim lane. So the swim lanes are organized around the yellow balls. So we got marketing here, we got management here, data here. So there's a swim lane for data, and there's all kinds of activities and data in there, which you can then assign to a person or to a job role or to a team to make sure that they actually tick it off, have done it, or are doing it. All these activities here, they're in here. So with this, I think I hope you've got a great overview of what a digital workplace solution should be looking at. And I'm going to open up that big hairball of all the activities that need to be in place. Why? Because it just looks great graphically on our screen. Don't feel overwhelmed when you're looking at this, because it's all organized step by step, and you just follow the yellow brick road and you'll get the success in digital workplace solutions, putting those in place. Don't sweat, it's all here, it's all done for you, based on a lot of experience with many organizations. Start with step 1 and just go and work through it, and you'll be fine. Thank you for your attention, and we'll see you again next time.